is where it begins. The defense of the Calder Cup for the Toronto Marlies as they jump in against the Rochester Americans, a team this year that has put together a solid record against Toronto. And we are underway here in Rochester. Casimir Kaskisuo getting the start for the Toronto Marlies in goal. Scott Wedgwood the other way. Andrew McWilliam, former Toronto Marlies, sends it down into the corner. And it is picked up briefly by Colin Greening, who starts things out with Josh Juris and Pierre Engvall. Here's Engvall back through the middle. He steps around a hit and is sent back in. Timothy Liljegren and Rasmus Sandin, the two #1 picks, getting a chance here on defense to start out the Calder Cup playoffs. This pops over to Sandin. He gets checked by C.J. Smith, and the puck lifted, and Smith still has it, and a shot off into the corner. Picked up there by Redmond, a shot by Marchment. Defense is going to have to be key here for this Toronto Marlies club as it comes back up to the blue line. Kevin Porter toward the goal. It goes off into the corner once again. Back up, Redmond, long shot off the crossbar and out. Back it comes. That got some people out of their seats briefly.
Wow, some velocity on that one-time shot by Redmond. You can see how he scored 21 goals this year as he rifles one off the crossbar.
Back in, but offside. 3 Rochester Americans in the corner as well, and Tennyson trying to muscle his way to the puck. Going fishing forward is Engvall. It comes to Juris. He stumbles and then moves it quickly. Back up, Borgman toward the goal. Lots of traffic out front, but it didn't get through. Now Juris chips it back up off the wall. He tries to get back to it. He's tripped up and gets back to his feet before it's lifted outside the zone. Borgman comes back to it.
Well, excellent working shift for the Marlies and the veterans in Greening along with Juris, along with Engvall.
Cross ice, great feed, but up and over the snowbank. Played ahead. Here's Mueller with Greening on his right. Mueller cuts back in, puts it on goal, and up the side of the goal, it's knocked in. And the Marlies pick up the first goal of the hockey game, finding Nick Baptiste, the former Toronto Marlie, or former Rochester American, and he beats Scott Wedgwood.
I tell you, Nick Baptiste, I thought that he's got to be a guy you play against your former teammates.
Sandin waits on it. Timoshev draws closer, back to Bracco, and that one just misses. Picked up by Timoshev. We're back to 5-on-5. Sandin scores out front. Mueller with the tip. And 5:29 left to go. The Marlies go up 2-0.
I think he does, you're right, but I don't believe this is going to be a power play tally. I think it had expired, but nonetheless, the Toronto Marlies, outstanding work and puck possession time on their power play. Good confidence right there, back up as he spots that Rochester had been out there a long time. They needed to change.
Juris waits, shoots, and diving on the rebound is Wedgwood. And he keeps that one at 2-0. With 11:19 left to go in the third period, carries it and then moves it back up to the line, finding Sandin. Bracco draws top of the faceoff circle, side of the goal, knocked in. Mueller scores a power play goal as Mueller mashes in his second of the hockey game.
Absolutely precision as it's Sandin he gets the puck from Timoshev, and then he goes cross ice to Jeremy Bracco, and his shot, it hits something in front, but Chris Mueller in behind the goaltender, standing in the blue paint, and he deposits it in the back of the net. His second goal.
Brooks heading to the goal. Engvall feeding Brooks, but it's tipped, and Brooks puts it on goal anyway. Engvall comes away with it again. Short-handed here as Brooks picks it up, tries to wrap around, scores! Adam Brooks makes it 4-0, a short-handed goal.
Sheldon Keefe said to me before the game here this morning, hey, defensive posture, you can't break down defensively.
Conrad in there as well. Comes off the boards, and McMaster sees a route to get it out, but he doesn't, and Tage Thompson keeps it in. Back to the far side. The battle picks up behind the goal. Trying a centering pass. Thompson picks it up, turns around, lets one fly, scores!
Casimir Kaskisuo, especially when you look at what he did in period number 1. and obviously hasn't been as busy for the last 2 periods, but he deserved and played well enough that I would have liked to have seen him with a shutout here in a playoff game after he had 4 during the regular season.
And they decide to put Wedgwood back in the goal with 19 seconds left to go, and the clock had not started. And it hardly matters. This would be a miraculous comeback in 19 seconds and 3 goals. McWilliam, it gets by him and comes back all the way down the ice. That should just about do it here. As Morgan comes back, he'll hang on to it. And the Marlies take game 1 here in Rochester, New York of the 5-game series. An all-important win here in the series to take that first game with the short segment.